You are listening to Two Dudes Talking Cougs, a podcast by BYU fans for BYU fans. Just two dudes talking Cougs.
What is up, Cougar Nation? Welcome to this episode of
Two Dudes Talking Cougs.
Two Dudes Talking Cougs. I'm your host, Jarrett Webster. I'm here with my co-host,
Jason Webster.
And we're coming to you this week. It's the bye week for football. So we'll be breaking down and discussing last week's game against Iowa State. And also starting to discuss the first basketball game is next Monday. So our segments for this week, we'll discuss the state of the Cougs. Then we will talk about Cougar Cap, I think, is the next thing.
Wait, no. Oh, yeah. Because we don't have a game this year.
We don't have a game this week. So
we don't have...
we can maybe talk path to victory about the basketball team a little bit.
Yeah.
Then we'll pick our Coug of the week. And then Cougar Chaos, where we'll pick just something funny or our favorite thing from the last week. So, Taysom, state of the Cougs. What do you think? What's the state of the Cougs right now? Football. We'll talk about football first.
I mean, we're 8-0. Just beat a good Iowa State team at Iowa State. Made a comeback. I think Cougar Nation is really happy right now.
Yeah. It's hard not to be happy when you're 8-0, right?
Yeah.
What did you think about BYU being an underdog on the road?
Honestly, I kind of agreed with that, but, especially since it's just on the road. But I did not think that we were going to lose.
Did you not think that we were going to lose after they scored on the first play of the game?
I thought it was not our day and we were going to get our first loss of the season.
Yeah. And if for all of you people who say, never a doubt, see your bishop about repentance because you're liars. That game was not looking good until the Logan Lutui interception.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of flipped things.
And then we went down and scored.
But I think the state of the Cougs, this is what I would say about the state of the Cougs. Just a resilient group, and I think that comes from coaching. This is, I think there are certain fans of some schools that we won't mention that think BYU is really lucky. I don't think you luck into 19-2 over your last 21 games.
Yeah,
over a 2-year stretch.
Especially since you've beaten some top 25 opponents, some really good teams during that stretch.
Yeah, you don't luck into that. What that is that's a mindset and a belief, and also being able to execute and your skill and being disciplined. But I think a big part of it is their mindset, that they believe that they can win every game. Even if they get down, they believe that they can work and finish and play a full 60 minutes.
Yes.
And they kind of dare the other team, like, hey, I dare you to play a full 60 minutes with us. You might get up on us, Arizona, Colorado, Iowa State. But we're going to play a full 60 minutes, and our conditioning and our execution, we're going to just keep hitting you. And eventually, the Iowa State game turns into a 14-point win when we were down by 14 at one point. And you don't luck into a 31-3 run.
That's
at Iowa State.
Yeah, that's really true. Maybe Iowa State was they were calming down a little bit since they had a good half, but still 31-3 in one half. You don't look into that.
So I think that's kind of the state of the Cougs that I would say is just the mindset and the belief that no matter who they're playing, where they're playing, if they're favored or the underdog, if they get off to a bad start or a good start, that there's a belief that they can just make the plays to win. And I think, another thing that was really interesting is back-to-back weeks, there's a punt that's a turnover on a punt. And, you might look at the punt being kicked by the Iowa State player as bad luck for them and good luck for BYU and see they're just so lucky. But when the special teams coach is watching film and says to his special teams unit, hey, these guys lose track. These jammers on the outside, they lose track of where the ball is. and their returner doesn't do a good enough job of letting them know to get away. He sees that on film and says, "Guys, if they get close, push them into it. We'll have an opportunity." That's not luck. That's preparation.
Yes.
That's coaching, and that's discipline. And that's Kevin Doe, number 31, remembering that from watching film and then just putting it into action.
And even somehow if that still maybe is luck, which it's probably not, we still scored a lot, and that's not luck.
Yeah.
That is not luck.
Yeah, I mean, Parker Kingston, Randy Moss and a dude, right? Jumping in front of him.
Yeah, just
that's not luck. Bear Bachmeier running over your face, not luck. I also wanted to point out, in terms of, as we were talking about the state of the Cougs and recapping Iowa State, there were some doubters in Bear Bachmeier. He has been a really good, an excellent quarterback off of play action.
Yes.
But that's because our run game has been really good. LJ Martin goes down in the first quarter. Even LJ Martin's been so good that even though he missed 3 quarters of that game and didn't have a great first quarter, he still is the 9th most rushing yards in the nation as an individual rusher. So he's been doing good, which then turns into great play action, passing game, and Bear's been great on that. What he hasn't been as great on is just straight drop back. Well, he PFF graded him at over 83 as a straight drop back passer against Iowa State, and it's an Iowa State team. Say what you will, they are missing a couple key defensive backs, but in almost 2 full seasons worth of games, they hadn't allowed a 300-yard passer. Again, that's not luck. That's a solid team. That's a well-coached team. And Bear Bachmeier, without his wingman, LJ Martin, drops back to pass, over 300 yards, a couple touchdowns. You don't luck into that. Also, what do you do to a freshman quarterback? Even midway through a season, you try to confuse him. You try to hit him with different blitzes. Iowa State blitzed almost 50% of their defensive plays. They blitzed, I think, 44% of their plays. And Bear Bachmeier was outstanding against the blitz as well. The kid is just calm and cool and makes the throws he needs to make, runs when he needs to run. So I think shout out to Parker Kingston and Chase Roberts. I think having 100 yards together. I think they did that against West Virginia, if I recall. But another game where they both go over 100 yards. Just Iowa State had no answer for them. That was great to see. So,
also speaking of Bear Bachmeier being a good QB, he was one of the Manning Stars.
Manning Stars of the Week.
Yeah, he was one of the Manning Stars of the Week.
And if it wasn't for Colorado forgetting to travel a team, Bear would have probably won Freshman of the Week again. But you can't win them all. So now we don't have a game this week for football. There is a bye. So maybe just a quick word about that. I think it's a great time for the bye. We really need it.
Yes, we need it. We need a break.
Why do you think we need a break?
We've been playing some good football. We just barely played Iowa State. I think we need a break because we're playing Texas Tech next. So we need that break. If we pull out with a win against Texas Tech, then we play TCU at home, and then we go to Cincinnati, which I think Cincinnati game will also be good. But I think if we need this bye so we can get
healthy.
Refresh.
I think
get healthy for sure. Yeah.
I think getting healthy is important. We'll talk more about Texas Tech next week, but I think something to keep your eyes on this week, as Texas Tech plays Kansas State, who's playing really well right now. They started out really poorly. Yeah. Texas Tech is on the road at Kansas State, a physical, strong team.
What was the score of the Kansas State and Kansas game? Kansas, I forgot. It was Kansas destroyed them.
Yeah. And
Kansas State destroyed them. Sorry.
Yeah, and Kansas State, big physical team. I think that's playing much better right now. And Texas Tech is without their backup quarterback who's out for the year. Their starting quarterback probably will be playing, but I don't think he's fully healthy.
Yeah.
So that's something to keep your eye on this week. And then as we move into next week and we talk about that, we'll definitely be keeping our eye on the availability reports and, what quarterback is going to be available to be playing BYU and how healthy will that quarterback be, which, again, as Taysom said, great time for our bye for BYU that we can get healthy. Raider DeMooney and Tommy Prasis, Jack Kelly, Ciale Serra. I've got my ear to the ground. Some people that I know, not breaking too much. I don't want to break news or anything here, but I feel pretty confident that we'll get most of those guys back after a week of rest. And I think that, Ciale Serra could have maybe come back into that game. Jack Kelly, until I see him not play in a game, I'm going to believe that he plays because that guy's just an animal. You don't ride motocross or BMX, whatever it was he did. Those guys are psycho. You don't do that unless you're a little bit crazy.
Yeah.
And that dude, he's a little bit crazy in the best way. And so the biggest question mark, I think, is going to be LJ Martin in the running game.
Yeah.
It's obviously going to be huge, so we'll keep our eye on that. Talk more about that next week. So, say the Cougs, briefly talk about the wrap-up of the preseason exhibition.
Yeah.
Not really preseason, but exhibition games for BYU basketball. Lost at Nebraska, won in Salt Lake against North Carolina.
Yeah.
I think both games put a lot of good stuff on film for our coaches to work on defensively, some consistency. 3-point shooting kind of slow, but it's October, not too worried about that.
Nebraska game.
And Boop, awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Love him. Super excited for him. Obviously, AJ has, in 2 games against 2, power conference teams, has shown that he definitely is ready to ball. So I think it's going to be a fun time. Monday night in Vegas against Villanova. How are you feeling about the basketball season?
I think that what I've seen so far, I think that we're good enough to make it to the Sweet 16 again. And I think we have a chance at being Big 12 champions.
Yeah, I mean it's a tough basketball league. Houston was in the championship last year.
There's Texas Tech.
Texas Tech is good.
Texas Tech came out of nowhere.
Yeah. So, what's their coach's name? I think Grant McCaskill. Is that their coach? He's a good coach. So basketball is going to be exciting.
Yes.
We got some exciting players. I think it'll take them some time to gel, come together. They're all coming from different. There's a lot of transfers, a lot of new faces. And I think especially defensively, once they gel, man, they're going to be a solid team. I guess not just especially defensively. I think it's going to take time to gel, especially defensively. I think they're going to be could be special.
I agree, especially defensively, but yeah.
One other thing, I want to go back to the football game. Sorry, guys. A key moment in the game that I feel like might be easy to overlook. There was some awesome coaching adjustments. The guys just stepping up. Alford, number 30, stepping in for Ciale Serra, looked a little bit lost at the first, but he got better as the game went on, started playing assignment sound, was in the right places. So that's a credit to him and the credit to the coaches. But Iowa State scores to go 24-10. BYU goes down the field, scores, cuts the lead 24-17. And with 30 seconds left in the game, BYU really still hasn't stopped them except for that Logan Latui interception that Rocco Becht
it was straight to him.
Lost his mind.
It was that is not your teammate.
Yeah, it was a great pass to that guy if he was on your team. And instead of just taking a knee, they go out. Rocco Becht drops back to pass, and we sack him. And that kind of just a little bit, I think, started that snowball. We come out in the second half. We drive down, we get a field goal, and then their first offensive play, it's 24-20 now. They're still in control of this game, and their first play of the half is a sack, a 9-yard sack, And so back-to-back plays, actually, so you got to go back to the first half and then into the second half. But back-to-back plays, sack, kind of, I think, set the tone, and the defense was like, you know what? We're here to stay. We're not going to let you do anything. And they're only able to put up 3 points in the whole half. And really go back into the second quarter, 7 points in the second quarter, 3 points in the second half. After that rough first quarter, the defense really stepped it up. So that brings us into Cougar Cap. Coug or Cap, Jay Hill will be at Utah, or will be a coach at BYU next year, or will he take another job? So Cougar Cap, he will be at BYU next year.
Coug. What is that question?
Is he going to take another job? I mean, he's going to be highly sought after.
I guess that's true, but I think it's Coug. I think he likes his program a lot.
Here's my thing. I was talking to a friend about this, and I think a significant thing is his heart attack that he had last year.
Yeah.
I think he's in a position where he has a lot of influence. He's the associate head coach. That's it. That's his title. He doesn't wonder where his next meal will come from. He's getting paid quite a bit. Other programs in a head coaching position at another program pays him more, yeah. But it also comes with a lot more stress. And I think family and his wife and having a heart attack, I think that maybe keeps him here a little bit longer at least.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say Coug on that as well. Also because I really hope that he
does stay.
Does stay. All right, Coug or Cap. BYU has been outgained and given up quite a few yards in the last 2 games. So Coug or Cap, the defense is slipping.
I think, who have we played in the last 2 games? We played Utah and Iowa State. I think that's Cap. 2 good teams. We haven't really played, we've played some good teams, obviously, but those are the 2 hardest games that we've played so far this season. And I think that it just naturally happens. The better the team you play, the more yards you give up.
All right. I'm gonna say Cap too, and I'm gonna say that because Utah is an awesome 4th down team, an awesome red zone team, and we destroyed that.
Yeah.
And an awesome 3rd down team too, and we held them under that.
Yeah.
When it mattered, we stepped up. And what's the most important thing? Keeping them out of the end zone, keeping them away from points. And, I mean, outside of the late touchdown that we gave up, we really did that.
Yeah.
And then coming off that emotional victory, I think Iowa State was really well prepared, and we were maybe a little bit underprepared. I think we were a little banged up and not ready to be physical in that first quarter. So we kind of struggled there. But, again, after the first quarter ended, we gave up 10 points the rest of the way. Adjustments were made. The team, I mean, in years past,
2023.
Che Bryant Strother goes down. He's been out. He's out. Hopefully coming back next year. Ciale Serra goes out. Now you're down to your Max Alford type of guys. In years past, that would be a serious issue. And it was at first. He kind of had to get his bearings. But then it wasn't. And I think the depth and the conditioning is there and the coaching is there. So I'm going to say Cap on that. All right, that's it for Cougar Cap. Let's pick your Coug of the week.
Bear Bachmeier.
Bear Bachmeier. Tell me why Bear Bachmeier.
He threw for 370 yards. Everybody is underrating him. And like they say, he's not good when he's forced to pass. Even though he was forced to pass that game, and he threw for 370 yards. He won the award.
The Manning.
Yeah, the Manning.
Honorary, I don't remember what it's called.
Manning Stars Award, or whatever it's called.
Okay, I like it. I'm gonna go. Well, there's something else about Bear. Diego Pavia is starting to get some Heisman buzz, even if it's coming from himself. And Vanderbilt quarterback.
Yeah, I remember that.
He has like 60 more total yards than Bear Bachmeier. They have the same number of total touchdowns, and they have the same number of interceptions. And actually, if you look at the group of quarterbacks, especially specifically, so you've got the kid from Ohio State. You got the kid from Indiana. There's a couple other guys that are all pretty similar. They're all kind of grouped there, and Bear actually has similar statistics to all of them, except the kid from Indiana has like a couple hundred more yards, but the most significant thing is he has 7 more total touchdowns. But the rest of them all have about 20, 21 total touchdowns. Mendoza is the kid from Indiana.
Oh, yeah,
Mendoza. And he's got 27. I think right now he's kind of the front runner. But the quarterback from Alabama, so Bear actually, I'm not here saying Bear should be the Heisman winner, and maybe I'm not even saying he should be a finalist or anything. But right now I'm saying he is competing, and he is putting up numbers with the best quarterbacks
in the nation.
So
and he's a freshman.
Bear Bachmeier, is a great pick. I'm gonna go actually with Faletau Satuala.
Oh yeah.
Just because that pick, back-to-back weeks leading the team in tackles, he's just emerged. Another reason why losing a linebacker doesn't hurt as bad. Losing Raider Demooney for a couple games, Tommy Prasis, is Satuala has just emerged as a stud. And that pick 6 is the last point scored. Robert Griffin III on the TV call is in the middle of talking about how Rocco Becht knows how to perform in the fourth quarter, and pick 6 by BYU to put the game away and go up by 14. Just kind of squashed all hope, I think. And at that point, I think Iowa State fans started leaving. And so that's what I'm going to go with. All right, Cougar Chaos, Taysom, what do you got for us? You got anything?
I can't think of anything right now.
I got one for us.
Okay.
Cougar Chaos. We're still causing chaos in the minds of our Utah friends. Rumor has it that they started chanting expletive BYU while they were playing, and actually before the game even started, a different team on a different night. Now, they did show up, and the team obviously dominated Colorado. But you want to talk about some chaos living rent-free in their heads. So that's my Cougar Chaos. You got anything?
It's kind of on top of that one person who posted on X that you told me about. He was the Utah fan, but he was like, it would hit way harder if we were actually playing BYU and we hadn't lost them.
Yeah. And that's, good for them. They got College Game Day coming.
Good for them.
I'm sure there's gonna be some more chants about BYU, but it would hit way harder if you hadn't lost to us every time we played since 2019.
That's great.
So there you go, Cougar Chaos. Next week we'll be recapping the Villanova game, first game of the basketball season. We'll be moving into Texas Tech week. Got any final words for us?
Go Cougs.
Go Cougs.
Just two dudes talking Cougs.